Welcome back to the program. So we went from wasting money to now saving money. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has some very interesting new news to share with everyone. So let's start with that.
At President Trump's direction, the Treasury Department is utilizing all tools to stop terrorist cartels, drug smugglers, and human traffickers. In line with that effort, I'm announcing a new data-driven border operation to help root out potential cartel-related money laundering from the U.S. financial system. Treasury's financial crime.
So it's a three-pronged attack. You have wiping out the drug boats. You have, of course, capturing the oil tankers, which is hurting China in particular because they get 80% of their oil from Venezuela. So it's really hurting the CCP. And then the other is eventually a land invasion. And the third is cutting off their financial supply. So you have a three-headed approach to taking out the drug cartels. Listen.
Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, known as FinCEN, is targeting over 100 money service businesses along the southwest border. Specifically, FinCEN is issuing 6 notices of investigation, dozens of examination referrals to the IRS, and over 50 compliance outreach letters. These businesses, which provide financial services outside of a formal bank, face elevated exposure to illicit activity, including money laundering related to drug smuggling and human trafficking. Thanks to Treasury's push for technology modernization, we are now able to implement data-driven approaches to identify potential bad actors. And when malicious activity is identified, make no mistake, we can and will take action to keep Americans safe. President Trump has made clear his commitment to securing our border, stopping the flow of deadly fentanyl, and eliminating Mexico-based drug cartels to protect Americans. Treasury will continue to use, expand advanced technology and every resource at its disposal to combat money laundering and make America safe again.
There you go. So I'm loving this Scott Bessent. He's phenomenal. So basically what they're doing is a lot of the people that sneak into the country, they're here illegally, and then they get a job because a lot of businesses will look the other way, or they'll have a fake social security number or fake, paperwork or whatever it might be, and they'll start working. And they'll start working at menial jobs, maybe doing landscaping, maybe doing cooking at restaurants, whatever it might be that they want to do. And then they make some money and they send it back home. That's right, they send it back home. So the first thing that Bessent and the Treasury Department did was they are now making sure that anything over $2,000 is inspected and looked upon in wire transfers, because a lot of wire transfers that are going out of the country are from illegal aliens that have come here, made money here, not paying taxes, fake documents, fake everything, and then they take the money and they send it back to their families in Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, wherever the hell they're coming from, right? And they've been doing it for years. And these NGOs have been the ones that have been making billions and billions and billions of dollars on it. That's another reason why they want these people coming in, because they're taking advantage of it and they're making money. And these so-called Christian organizations, these are the Christian left, not the Christian right, not the good guys on the Christian right. This is the Christian left. These are these Christian charities that say, oh, give me, you're tired, you're weak, you're poor, you're illegal, and we'll make money like hand over fist, billions and billions of dollars, and we'll pocket that money. And so they're exploiting basically these people that are coming here, and for that reason. So it has to stop. So what's he doing now? Well, as we're taking care of these drug boats and oil tankers and getting ready to hit Venezuela harder than you could ever imagine on land, we're now looking at the cartels, but also the money and the organizations that are on the southern border. There are tons of businesses, way more than 100, but they're doing 100 of the biggest ones. They're going in there and they're probably going to raid these businesses at some point using DHS and ICE, and they're going to take the money. They're going to confiscate the money. It's going to be money laundered, obviously, and they're going to shut these businesses down. And that's what's been happening for years, and it's finally going to be put to end. So it says Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent launched a massive data-driven federal investigation targeting more than 100 money laundering, I call them money laundering, money service businesses, which are money laundering operations, that are operating in the United States southwestern border. The announcement came as the U.S. Department of Treasury Financial Crimes Enforcement Division revealed a multi-tiered enforcement operation aimed squarely at financial institutions suspected of facilitating drug cartel money laundering, human trafficking, and drug smuggling, especially the flow of deadly fentanyl into our American communities. And then it talks about, well, you heard what he said. Excuse me. And then it says, these businesses, which provide financial services outside of a formal bank. So in other words, these are check cashing places, right? These are, pawn shops. These are immigration centers where people can go to get, quote, information, right? These are all these types of businesses that we're now going to be investigating for money laundering, wire transfer fraud, all these different things, and shutting them down. Excuse me. Then it says, money laundering related to drug smuggling and human trafficking. Thanks to Treasury's push for technology modernization, we are now able to implement data-driven approaches to identify potential bad actors. When, malicious activity is identified, make no mistake, we can and we will take action to keep Americans safe. And then it goes on to talk about, according to the Treasury officials, FinCEN's operation has already produced serious consequences, 6 formal notices. Okay, we got that. The U.S. Department of Treasury's 100 businesses, let's see, MSBs, these businesses, operating along the southwestern border will face elevated exposure to illicit activity, including the money laundering, drug trafficking, smuggling of illegal aliens, and other serious crimes. They will be prosecuted. The operation is consistent with President Trump's directive to secure the border and to pursue and prosecute and totally eliminate the drug cartels and transnational criminal organizations. So this means that this is the third way that we're going after these drug cartels. Again, blowing up the boats, taking the oil tankers, eventually a land invasion to knock out their headquarters, basically, right? And then this is cutting off their money as well. So, awesome news. That's all I can really say. This is awesome and amazing news, and we're just getting started. We are just getting started. I'm telling you, folks, things are going to be much better in the new year. You just wait and see. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.